Hello, everyone. I am TaNika Thrower, and today I will be giving you more insight about assistive technology devices that will empower students with disabilities, with mild learning disabilities, and ensure that our school is doing everything possible to adhere to the No Child Left Behind Act and service those students who need us the most. In Chapter 5 of Assistive Technology, Access for All Students, second edition, written by Beard, Carpenter, and Johnston, it describes an AT as an assistive technology device for struggling students who may have been evaluated through their individual education program committee and have been approved for such devices to improve their quality of learning. Because the book states that students with mild disabilities may also have difficulty meeting their academic standards, I would like to focus on our students who may have trouble on grade level reading. And I would advise equipping them with storybooks and electronic books to assist them. The students, they'll be allowed to use headphones to listen to their books, and they'll avoid disturbing other students in the classroom, and they'll be able to focus themselves and avoid getting into any kind of trouble and furthering their academic progress. Beard, Carpenter, and Johnson suggest that students who have difficulty with auditory discrimination can totally benefit from these devices. An additional assistive technology for the students with high incident disabilities. These are these children that are with mild disabilities, and I believe the book said that there's 85% of the kids that have disabilities, they're mild disabilities, and these assistive technology devices can definitely help these kids benefit from being pulled out of class rather than being isolated and maybe not growing academically. An additional assistive technology for the students with the high incident disabilities would be calculators. Calculators for students who may struggle with the regular pencil and paper in mathematics. There are also features in these calculators that allow the students to work according to their learning styles. They can adjust the font size and even the colors. These calculators are great assistive technology devices because they can allow the student to focus on solving their problem and most likely complete their task at hand more efficiently. Now, when we're talking about the cost of these assistive technology devices, the e-reader or the electronic books, they can go as low as $49. I saw this on Walmart.com, and it's a refurbished Barnes & Noble Nook Simple Touch e-reader. But it also has a downside because that's refurbished. These e-readers can get as pricey as $200 to $300 on other sites. You just compare prices, but the cheapest that I've seen so far was the $49.99, and that was also with shipping. But with these savvy devices, I would recommend getting a protection plan because, it's an electronic device and we are dealing with students and we want to protect our investment. And that would be an additional $50. So in total, the cost for the e-readers, which would be like a Nook, it doesn't have to be anything as fancy as an iPad. However, things of that nature can allow kids to have more of a hands-on approach, which will assist them in learning at their level. And that will make it more of a student-oriented environment rather than a teacher-oriented environment. And as far as the calculators are concerned, there's a variety of talking calculators. And some of them have the Spanish version included. I know for our demographics, that would be very, very helpful for some of the kids who are non-English native speakers, and they are secondary English speakers. For these prices, they range all the way down from $9.95 to $28.95, which at the high end is still a little bit less pricey than the e-readers. I saw that price on independentliving.com, which was the cheapest price that I've seen so far. The AT can be applied in the classroom. The e-reader will be a great tool to be used in ELA classrooms, English Language Arts, where students are reading at a higher level. And that student with the mild disability, he or she needs to keep up with the class, to keep up with the reading, understand what's going on. Maybe it's a novel, maybe it's fiction story or whatever, and it's a process where the student has to decipher the meaning of the story. This is a great tool that allows the kid to keep up so that they can make up their own ideals about what the story is and make good inferences rather than struggling with not understanding the words or how to pronounce them or things of that nature that could hinder that kid or stifle their growth. By listening, adjusting the font, and other small cosmetics, these students will be able to focus and actually do their assignment rather than struggle with the reading part itself. Now, the talking calculator would definitely serve a great purpose for our foreign students who may not have much of the English language, and this would be something to bridge the gap because maybe the math is a common language. Maybe they're not even strong in the math, but this will allow them to have some type of assistance that's going to build their confidence. And a confident student is a better student in class as well. And it also will allow them to focus, again, on the learning itself rather than trying to decipher what things mean. But that doesn't mean that they don't get to learn what they mean. It just means that they have an extra outlet to figure out the problem. And it allows for them to be more independent. Evaluation of the AT and what would be the better investment. Okay, as a business person and the school's budget planner, I understand that we are under tight constraints. However, in this instance, it would be more beneficial to go with an assistive technology device such as the calculators. Math has not been the strong point in our entire nation, math and science. So with these calculators, we can at least get those students who are way behind and try to bring them up to grade level. And we're in standard accountability, so we cannot afford to allow these kids to be left behind. It's easy. The mathematics speak for themselves. However, the e-reader would be very, very nice. And if we ever got a grant that's for technology, that would be something that I would totally advocate for because a lot of the kids are below reading level, and that would probably help them boost their reading level because they get to read along and understand what the words mean and hear them often rather than trying to decipher what it is that it means and get a greater understanding. However, under these financial constraints, the better investment would definitely be the calculators, the talking calculators. All right. Thank you very much for your time. I do appreciate your attentiveness and consideration. Please be in touch with me regarding what the final decision is going to be. Thank you. This was TaNika Thrower, EDU 20, instructor Dr. Caddy, and I will be seeing you next time. Thank you.